Hallo und herzlich willkommen zur neuen Folge von Vampyr. Wir besuchen jetzt nochmal unseren guten alten Freund Swansea. Warte halt, da auch so, wo ich gucken. Ist das ein Unbekannter?
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Das Vertrauen muss wiederhergestellt werden. Ein paar Leichen mehr oder weniger mehr wird niemand bemerken. Fürchten Sie um Ihren Ruf?
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Ich werde Ihnen helfen. Ich habe nicht den Kopf für so etwas. Ich bin schon wieder Ihre einzige Hoffnung.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Sie werden nicht angreifen, ich werde sie alle beschützen. Nun, da haben Sie nicht ganz unrecht.
Well, they are not far wrong. The hospital is almost crawling with vampires.
McCallum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Okay. Finde seinen an den East End Docks.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Na, wer ist denn eigentlich noch alles hier bei uns Nee, warte. In die Richtung. Du warst nur erschöpft. Der war erschöpft und der hatte Kopfschmerzen. Wir haben nur noch zwei, was erschöpft sind. Okay. Haben wir noch dafür Mittel da? Warte. Wir können noch gucken, was wir für Mittel da haben. War das nicht so, dass wir auch gucken können? Heilen mit. Hat man da. Ich glaube, wir haben nichts mehr davon. Mal gucken. Schauen wir mal, ob wir sowas uns herstellen können. Vielleicht zwei solche Dinger. Oder vielleicht können wir auch. Nee, was fehlt uns denn? Nichts. Wir können sie herstellen. Zwei davon und... Nein, das können wir noch nicht erstellen. Tannin oder wie es heißt. Was da dort steht, das haben wir nicht. Aber da können wir jetzt an die zwei Leute, was erschöpft sind. Helfen. Wo sind die zwei erschöpften Ärzte? Das da, der eine ist genau hier. Ich möchte mit dir sprechen.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
Über die jüngsten Geheimnisse im Krankenhaus.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Nothing like this would have happened if we'd had enough staff and proper shifts.
So you don't think the blame is ours?
We all hold fast here, Dr. Reid. Our methods may differ, but we are all trying to make a difference.
Da mal alles gefragt.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Medizin geben.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reid. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Da haben wir den ersten. Ach ja, der ist immer da draußen. Okay. Was ist da drin?
sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
It's locked.
Der kam da auch wieder mal raus, oder nicht?
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
It's locked.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very
Da kommst du auch mal wieder da raus.
unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir, and I thank you for your generous donation.
Aha. Er nimmt so gesehen einfach von den Toten ihre Wertsachen.
Peaceful and lost at the same time.
Ich glaube, wir können ihn deswegen auch zur Rede stellen, oder?
Good evening, Dr. Reid. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Can you tell me anything about recent events in the hospital?
Oh, goodness me. This whole story is such a shame, sir. I have no idea how it happened.
What are you talking about?
Poor Miss Jones. Her body is missing. Someone stole it.
Ihre Leiche ist verschwunden. Wer wäre dazu fähig?
Miss Jones's body has gone missing.
Yes. The body was brought here this morning, and now it's gone.
Who could have stolen a corpse?
That's exactly what I asked myself for the whole day. Who could do such a thing? These are terrible and shameful times, Dr. Reid.
Mhm. Sie bestehen die Toten.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
Erweisen Sie den Toten Respekt. Dr. Swansea sollte davon erfahren. Sie könnten in den Knast wandern. Wollen wir eine Petzes sein oder in eine Moralpredigt machen? Moralpredigt.
You should show respect for the dead. What about their loved ones who may treasure these items you sell?
The bodies I watch over are the unwanted and undesired, sir. I would never deprive anyone of their family artifacts.
Do you need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reid.
Was ist, wenn ich nochmal
How
damit
dare
an?
you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
You should show respect for the dead. What about their loved ones who may treasure these items you sell?
The bodies I watch over are the unwanted and undesired, sir. I would never deprive anyone of their family artifacts.
Okay, man hat einfach das Gespräch einfach wieder.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then sadly depart.
Gut, da gehen wir doch mal zu den Docs. Hier gibt's Bücher. Alles klar. So gesehen haben wir unser Bezirk vor dem Krankenhaus eigentlich in Ordnung, außer den einen da, der was Kopfschmerzen hat. Den da hinten, da, was da drin ist.
Crush the leech, boys!
Du mit dem Feuer gehst mal auf den Zeiger. Nein, ich muss gar nicht hoch. Okay, ich müsste eigentlich einfach da unten hin. großes Messer, ein großes Messer und ein schönes Messer. Ein großes und schönes Messer. In diesen Klinge ein Name eingraviert ist.
This must be Clay Cox's knife. A fine blade. No wonder he wants it back.
Okay, der ist stabil.
For now, everything seems under control, more or less.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this guard of something, sweet. My guess is they're recruiting for some vengeance.
In the meantime, the boys are waiting for our... Well, for your... My sweet queen.
I hope the rumors about Clay are true. Otherwise...
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reid, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Ich suche nach...
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Sind Sie der Bürgerwehr? Sind Sie in einer Bürgerwehr, okay.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
Sie sind ein besorgter Krimineller. Zu welcher Gegend gehören Sie?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Mhm. Über diesen Teil der Stadt.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Mhm. Persönliche Fragen können wir keine stellen.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby. Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reid. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Okay, bei ihr können wir was kaufen, aber wir wollen sie ja nach dem Hampton fragen.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Über London sie fragen. Erzählen Sie mir von Ihrer Arbeit.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
Sie sind eine ziemlich schonungslose Frau.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
Ich habe keinerlei Interesse.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Okay. Über diesen Teil der Stadt.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Aha. Ist das nicht ein wenig übertrieben?
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
Denken Sie an jemand Bestimmtes?
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Man hat da ihre Gefühle für Booth Digby.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Sie verbergen ein weiches Herz. Ich bin nicht leicht zu schockieren. Ich glaube, Sie haben ihn manipuliert. Aber die Entscheidung fällen mir erst in der nächsten Folge, sage ich. Ich sage vielen herzlichen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Haut rein. Ciao.